You can see their behavior in this hearing. I can see the difference in behavior between two sides. Maybe sometimes we're too nice. Maybe sometimes we're too decent. Or maybe we shouldn't change. But one thing we should have is we have the ability to defend ourselves and not let our people get kicked around the way those Republicans were kicked around. They wouldn't let it happen, and we shouldn't let it happen. There's no way to trace those ballots, and that's why the inspection is so critical. And that's why, please don't, I don't need
Sir,
help.
please, let's allow the conversation. Let's stop yelling in the crowd.
And the reality is, if your political party had not bullied, pushed people around, intimidated people, stopped them from doing their job as inspectors, this would not have happened.
Thank you. Representative Camilleri.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We sit here in this show that you are taking in and taking around the country if no one has found any evidence whatsoever of any of your wrongdoing? And why should we not believe the reported attempts for you to try to seek a pardon from the president?
What was the last part?
That last part is not.
You're attempting to seek a pardon, so why is this not a part of that?
I will ask that he be disciplined for that. First of all,
hold on.
First of all, what he said is untrue. Second, that is a defamation of my professional character. You allow that? You allow that to happen in your legislature?
As I said,
reported.
As I said, Representative, let's keep it limited to the germane issue here. So,
Mr.
Giuliani, let me ask
the record.
question.
We haven't lost 39 cases. We've only brought 3. So you're wrong about that. Second, the reason why people are reaching those conclusions is because, like you, they don't have the discipline, maybe the intelligence, I don't know, to read through this, and to read 20 more like it. You can't tell me there's no evidence when I have a couple of thousand affidavits from people. They steal elections in Detroit.
Representative, you'll have an opportunity.
And they steal elections in New York, and they steal elections in Boston, and they steal elections in Philadelphia. And the Democrats were smart enough to pick 10 corrupt cities to play their game out. 10 cities in which they could get away with it. 10 cities in which they could go into court and find a hack judge that will decide anything they want. So, I mean, we can live in this strange world all we want, but we're getting at the point where our freedoms are beginning to be eroded. Our right of free speech has been eroded substantially by the censorship imposed by big tech, big media, big corporations, and the Democrat Party. Our right of freedom of religion, with the ridiculous dictatorial way in which the COVID regulations are imposed on us, they like to be dictators, these Democrat governors. They've taken away our right of the freedom of religion. Those are basically the 2 reasons we founded this country. Oh, by the way, there was a third, the right to freely and honestly elect our government. And they've taken that away from us too. It should not go without notice. You should spend time taking a look at Pennsylvania. Look at Philadelphia. Look at Pittsburgh. Look at how eerily similar it is to what these people testified to. Read the rest of this and see that there are hundreds of people that back them up. That election center in Detroit is a disgrace. You should be ashamed of it as citizens of Michigan. I would be ashamed of it if it was in New York. And it could easily be in New York. And I would do everything in my power to make sure it never happened again. And I would never certify an election. We let them get away with this. I don't know what happens after this. This was a concerted plan to fix this election.